will graduate in. And now, please stand for our national anthem, performed by the Harmonic Minors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing as the Harmonic Minors will now perform the Colorado School of Mines alma mater.
Raise your voices, engineers, your devotion sing. To the greatest school of mines, let the chorus ring. Hail to thee, CSM, to our hearts most dear. Every miner lauds thy name, and every engineer. Honor, glory to thy name, these we pledge anew. While we live to sing thy fame, alma mater true. Hail to thee, school of mines, silver and the blue. Every miner sings thy praise, O alma mater true.
Please be seated. Please welcome student trustee Hansel Kleeman to the podium.
Good evening. Welcome, new students, families, and faculty and staff to the 2019 Presidential Convocation. So my name is Hansel Kleeman, and this is my first year serving as the student representative to the Board of Trustees. I'm a junior in mechanical engineering. On campus, I'm involved with student government, Blue Key Honor Society, the Engineering Grand Challenges program, and undergraduate research. Being involved in all of these organizations has given me a chance to meet people that I never would have met and to have opportunities that I never would have had. I love the Mines community, and I'm constantly motivated by my peers. They're talented, they're ambitious, they're compassionate. I am sure that you will find the same thing through your experience. You will hear from several wonderful people tonight who will extend their welcomes and showcase what makes Mines so unique. We will begin with the 17th president of Colorado School of Mines. Please join me in welcoming Paul C. Johnson.
We have like the coolest podium in the world. All right, class of 2023, are you out there? Trustee Salazar says he doesn't think so. So, class of 2023, are you out there? Okay, excellent, great. Hey, by the way, you look fantastic in those shirts. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah? You're going to look pretty sporty with those helmets on tomorrow morning when we all climb up the mountain with your rocks and everything, right? And on Sunday, you're going to get another shirt for your service event in the community. You know, if you just keep going to free things, you'll keep getting clothes. You may make it through the whole semester without ever having to figure out the washing machine. So, anyway, welcome to Minds. Convocation, which simply means a calling or coming together, is the symbolic start of your academic experience at Minds. Today, you join our students, faculty, staff, and alumni as the newest members of one of the most respected and historic universities in the world. You'll be spending a lot of time together over the next few years, so you might be interested in knowing a little bit more about each other. So here goes. There are about 1,500 of you this time. Biggest class ever. We had more interest in the students that we accepted than we ever have had at Minds, so you end up being the largest group. There's about 1,300 first-time freshmen and about a couple hundred transfer students in the group. You come from all over the world, representing 47 states, plus Puerto Rico and 17 countries. About 53% of you are from Colorado. So the Coloradans, why don't you stand up and let us welcome you. All right, thank you. About 42% of you have come to Minds from 46 other U.S. states. And so would all of our out-of-staters stand, please? Yeah. You can stay standing for a second. So the top 4 U.S. states outside of Colorado represent this class. See if we can figure out if you're out there or not. Texas. Texas? Yeah. They were louder at camp. So California. All right. Washington. Illinois. And tied for 5th, we've got Minnesota, New York, and Oregon. That's good. All right. Thank you for joining us here at Minds. The remaining 5% of you are international students representing 17 countries from across the globe. So would our international students please stand? Be welcome. We're really glad to have you here with us. So a few other things about your class. About 14% of you will be the first ever in your family's history to earn a college degree. So if you're a first-generation student, would you stand? You're a very special group to us, and one of the things we're incredibly proud about Minds is that anyone who earns a Minds degree is pretty well set going forward for themselves and for their families going into the future. So first-generation students are a big group that we try to attract and make sure they're successful here at Minds. Others of you come from families where blue and silver run strong in your veins. More than 200 students in our incoming class have one or more family members who have previously attended Minds. So if you fit that category, where you've got mothers, fathers, uncles, grandparents, brothers, sisters who have attended Minds or even attending Minds right now, would you stand up, please? Look at that, yeah. Of this group, there are 19 who have as many as 3 family members who have attended Minds. Just to call out a few of them, embarrass them. So, Kobe Wood, where are you? Kobe? There we go. All right, Kobe. Kobe comes to us from Grandview High, and I congratulated 2 of his sisters last year graduating. A third preceded him as well, and they are all part of basically a swimming dynasty here at Mines. And Kobe, I'm expecting you're swimming as well, I'm guessing, right? Yep, all right. We also have other sort of athletic legacies here. So Nick Van de Graaff. Nick, where are you? Yeah. I suspect those are other members of the football team who are cheering for you right now. Is that right? So Nick comes to us from a family who his brother graduated last year, I think, if I remember right, and his sister, who was on the football team. His sister Megan was actually in my freshman class last year, and she plays on the basketball team, and Nick's going to be on our football team as well. So welcome to everybody who comes for these multi-Mines alumni and multi-Mines student families. That's fantastic to see that. Now, while you all come from different places and backgrounds, all of you earned your way into Mines. You were selected from over 12,000 applicants based on a combination of academic achievements and other factors that led us to believe that you would be a great fit for Mines. We think carefully about who we admit to our community because our community is important to us. In addition to our reputation, STEM focus, small size, and beautiful location, our community is probably one of the reasons you decided to come to Mines. We highly value diversity, respect, compassion, and collaboration, and we are a community of students, faculty, staff, and alumni that welcomes, respects, and supports each other no matter what our origins and backgrounds are. As many as you learned from Dr. Fox on the first day at Oredigger Camp, Orediggers look out for and take care of each other, right? Yes, okay. You also learned something from Dr. Fox about Oredigger pride, but we're not going to talk about that one here right now. If you've been to camp, you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's see, what else am I going to tell you about? So you're going to be challenged while here at Mines, but within our community, there's an amazing support network. You've already met some members of that support network. For example, your peer support network, the counselors at Oredigger Camp, the students in key residence life roles, and that large group of enthusiastic volunteers that swarmed your cars and helped you with move-in. I don't know if any of them are here tonight, and even if they aren't, I think we should give them a hand because so many people do it, right? Other members of your support network that are here today include faculty. We've got a whole group over here with wonderful looking shirts on. Would you stand up? Yeah. This is about the only time they ever do anything I say, so it's kind of fun to have them see them do that. Let's see, do we have Mines staff here as well? Anybody here? I know we got like a zillion of you running around. So in addition to the faculty, would all the staff from Mines please stand up? Some of them are like lining the back. There we go. That's Jen from my office over there. And all of you will want to know Jen because she coordinates the Pizza with the President events. And if you get on her good side, you can get to more than one of them each semester. So she's a good person to know here. Anyway, the other group I thought I'd ask for is if we have alums in the audience, because we have a lot of alums who support things, will help your professional development. A lot of them are donors to the program. So any alumni in the audience, would you please stand? I'd also like to introduce a very special person at the university who's actually part of your incoming class because it's his first year as well. We have a brand new provost here at the university, Dr. Rick Holtz, and he's sitting right there. And some of you met him at the first Oredigger Camp. So, and finally, probably the other super critical component of your support network is your family. So let's thank and recognize your parents, family, and friends who helped and encouraged you and who are incredibly proud to see you here today at Mines. So please take advantage of your support networks and resources at Mines. We're all committed to your success. If you have an issue that can't be resolved or just not sure where to go for help or have a suggestion on how to improve things for for you, just send me an email, paul.johnson@mines.edu, and I'll get back to you on that. From Oredigger Camp, so I've met probably about 600-ish of you at Oredigger Camp. I've learned some things. I'm assuming they represent the rest of the class, but I've learned that you're pretty good Gaga ball players. I've learned that you can do amazing things with duct tape. I've learned that you can build things with cards, straws, adhesive tape, build cars with Legos, do things to protect eggs, and replicate devices made out of Tinker Toys. So the last one, you weren't as good as the other things at, but you probably know that one. So that's what we know about you so far, but I'm pretty sure some of you are musicians and writers and performers and athletes and rock climbers and mountain bikers and gamers and skiers and aspiring entrepreneurs. I'm looking forward to get to know you over the next few years and to learn all those other things about you. Please keep an eye out in the Daily Blast and our social media channels for opportunities to sign up for Pizza with the President events at the President's house. You get to meet my bosses there. Elise, where's Elise hiding? She's around here somewhere. Right there. You'll sometimes see her walking around campus with Ember, who many of you met at camp. You'll also get to meet Molly, our cat. I'm number 4 in the pecking order in the house after all those things. But usually these events usually have 15 to 20 students come over. Dr. Fox, who's sitting, where's Dr. Fox? I saw him over there. Dan, wake up and stand up. So he'll join us for those events. So Dan's Vice President for Student Life. In addition to those events, any of you can't go home for Thanksgiving, you're always invited over to our house to share Thanksgiving with us as well, and that's always a special treat for us. So, in closing, I hope you have a fantastic fall semester and an incredible experience at Mines. I look forward to doing the M Climb with you tomorrow morning and following your progress at Mines. Perhaps, most importantly, I look forward to shaking your hand and celebrating your success as you cross the graduation stage in about 4 years. Good luck, and go Orediggers. I now have the privilege to introduce Mr. Jesus Salazar. Jesus is a member of the Board of Trustees and a proud double alumnus of Mines, receiving both his bachelor's in computer science and master's degree in engineering technology management from here. He's a co-founder, president, and CEO of Persona, a company whose purpose is to accelerate achievement of the world's sustainable development goals by ensuring that as many organizations as possible are focused on lasting, impactful work. The Denver Metro Chamber of Commerce recently recognized their company as the 2019 winner for Startup Business of the Year. Jesus has 2 young children, one that was just very, very young. He's still adjusting to sleep deprivation, I think, as a result of that. But we're hoping to see them here at one of these ceremonies in another 15 to 17 years, I think, for both of them. So that'll be great that when that happens. So, by the way, just so you know, trustees are the group that has to ultimately approve your degrees. So please give an extra enthusiastic welcome to Trustee Salazar.
All right, thank you, President Johnston. Gosh, so welcome, students and families. Boy, it's great to be here with all of you, kicking off this exciting chapter in your lives. It really is, I can remember it very vividly, sitting right there in that chair at Convocation, a little excited, a little nervous, not fully believing I didn't have to deal with curfew anymore, until my track coach corrected that. You know, there's really going to be very few experiences in life that are as dramatic, as the change you're going through today. And gosh, what an exciting time to be going to college. You know, you're all going to graduate in the midst of the 4th Industrial Revolution. I mean, the world beneath us is going to look very different. You know, we have software development and advanced manufacturing just faster and faster becoming one thing. And if you think about that change, it's pretty profound, right? It wasn't that long ago, there were a handful of people that could really exchange commerce online, right? It took some pretty hefty computer science skills to be able to do that, and now we have Venmo. So imagine when the power of making tangible things and designing them is as easy as Venmo. We are all going to see that, and I'm so glad to see you all are going to be the future leaders shepherding us through that revolution. So having been in your shoes, I really have one piece of advice. Relax. You're just getting a world-class education. So, and I say that, I'm trying to get back into, when I was in your shoes. Right now your college experience is probably quickly becoming everything to you. And although we all try to make it as fun and welcoming and energizing as possible, it can be overwhelming at times. I mean, it certainly was for me. You have new social circles, new freedom, new environment, and everything else new is being thrust upon you. And although college will have a profound impact on your life, as it has for me, you'll learn, just as I did, that it isn't all there is to life. It's but a small stop on hopefully a lifelong journey of learning and failing. I want to talk very quickly about failure. I wish this is something someone had told me when I first came here. Because a lot of you probably don't have a lot of experience with it, right? High school probably came pretty easy for you. This place is going to push you. It's not one of the most rigorous science and engineering universities on the planet for nothing. What you're going to learn, though, is that failure is one of the scientific method's best friends, and often where the biggest breakthroughs occur. It's so funny, I remember the very first test I ever took at Mines, and all of us were freshmen, nervous, and not sure what we got ourselves into. And I have this vivid memory of students crying when they got their first test. And it's because they got a B or a C. And I know it's hard to imagine, but none of them had ever gotten less than an A before, right? And so when I talk about failure, I'm not talking about failing classes or failing tests, but you're going to try things and you're going to find out they're hard. And that's the purpose. Rest assured, you will graduate if you truly care about getting an education here. Because I also equally remember these vivid memories of graduates, when we graduated, tears of joy. We're all setting off all over the world for whatever great opportunity that Mines allotted us. So the point being, if you ever find yourself overwhelmed or stressed or helpless, or however you happen to process that first B you've ever gotten or this new world that you entered into, just remember, anything worthwhile is challenging and usually accompanied by some discomfort. And just note, everyone here at Mines has endeavored and carefully put in place the useful resources to help you succeed. Be sure you get to know what those resources are, make use of them, and know that you wouldn't be here if we didn't believe that you fully had what it takes to thrive here. And again, just relax. You're just getting a world-class education. This is what it's supposed to feel like. And then lastly, one thing that makes Mines truly special is the community that you are all now a part of. Your community of both today's and tomorrow's business and science and engineering and technology leaders, all convening here for a common purpose. To quote Coretta Scott Kings, "The greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members." What we have here is special, and it's guarded by our commitment to look out for one another, to support one another, to keep one another safe, and to enrich each other's lives. Welcome to this special community.
Thank you very much, Trustee Salazar. Hold on. I now have the pleasure to introduce Dr. Craig Bryce, Professor of Practice in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Dr. Bryce is the director of the newly established Advanced Manufacturing Program, which focuses on undergraduate and graduate education in additive manufacturing. Because of this expertise, Dr. Bryce and his students were challenged by Adam Savage of Mythbusters fame to make a real-life Iron Man suit for him to fly and test out on the premiere episode of his new show on the Discovery Channel called Savage Builds. Dr. Bryce will tell you a little more about that experience and that show, which featured him, his students, and showed the world what a cool school Mines is. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Bryce to the podium.
This is the coolest podium. I like it. Thank you for that introduction. Just occurred to me that I've given a lot of lectures and presentations, but this is the first standing room only audience I've ever had. So very exciting for me and a little bit intimidating. So welcome. Thank you for that introduction again. So thinking about what I wanted to stand before you and say, I thought back to where I was a year ago. I was new to the Mines community as well. So I've been here a year, and that time a year ago, I was wondering what the future holds. You're probably wondering the same. So, while 1 year is what we might call a limited data set, I thought I would provide you with a few observations that I picked up in my time here. All right, first, you've come to the right place. Okay? So that's a little subjective. That's not really a data point, I would say, but I think if you give it a year, give it a little bit of time, you'll come to agree that you've come to the right place. Now, if your career path envisions you with 4 years and a bachelor's degree on your way to industry, you'll find those resources. If you're looking for 8+ years and a PhD in your way to academia or something else, you'll find that as well. So what makes Mines unique is our balance between that dedicated undergraduate education and the world-class research that we do in our labs. So you'll find what you want here, and I think you'll agree that you've come to the right place. And I would recommend while you're here, for those of you that have come from far away, stop and smell the roses, or go hiking, or enjoy the canoeing, or go skiing. Golden in the Front Range has a lot to offer, so enjoy your time while you're here. All right, second observation. You're going to be challenged, and I think we alluded to that with our last speaker. Look around you. You're going to be challenged. There's brilliant people in this room. I find myself awed by my brilliant colleagues on a daily basis. You're going to be challenged by those around you. The good news is you've got this. You can figure it out, and the faculty, including myself, are here to help you along that journey. All right, I'm getting ahead of my notes here. Third, you'll have opportunities. Courseworks, projects, competitions. There's always something out there that's going to let you develop your interests, find new talents, and hone your skills as you spend your time here at campus. So I would encourage you to be inquisitive, find things that interest you, and ask questions. That's the number one thing. And finally, you're going to have fun. So I did have a chart. I didn't talk about timing. Maybe we'll show it, maybe not. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we can have fun while we learn things as well. This is the title slide to an invited keynote presentation I gave this past summer. I was kind of surprised that it was accepted, and I was more surprised that people actually came to it. It was not your typical scientific presentation, but there was engineering lessons that we learned along the way about how this unfolds. So we already heard where this came from, so I won't repeat that, but the opportunity for us to engage with Adam Savage in his show allowed our students to get in the lab with him while he was here, interact on an actual engineering project. This wasn't, while it's entertainment, there was an actual engineering component to it. So if you haven't watched the show, I think you can still stream it on Discovery. The suit flew, the suit stopped bullets, it stopped an explosive charge. So we had requirements, and those requirements had to be met for the show to be successful. So it was a wonderful opportunity to deliver an engineering message while having a little bit of fun at the same time. So I certainly learned a lesson, and I got to relay that to the students that were in my classes at that period in time. One of which was know what you sign up for in advance, because this turned into a second full-time job. So All right, lost my place. I'll wrap things up. It can be fun here. It's going to be challenging, and you're going to find opportunities. And if you're not having fun, if you're not being challenged, if you're not finding those opportunities, my office is in 219 in Coors Tech. There's over 300 faculty here. Knock on a door. We're here to help you through this journey. We're going to have fun together. Welcome to Minds.
Thank you, Dr. Bryce. Now we move on to the part of the ceremony where you get to hear a bit more from some of our exceptional students on campus. We'll start off with undergraduate student government president, Sammy McCleary, followed by the president of Blue Key Honor Society, Elizabeth Changrian, and then two student athletes representing two of our varsity sports, Jason Zobot representing the men's soccer team, and Sydney Marchando representing the softball team. Please join me in welcoming these students to the podium.
Good evening. My name is Sammy McCleary, and I'm the president of the student body at Mines. I'm a junior majoring in mining engineering. First, on behalf of the undergraduate student government, USG, I would like to commend you all for your hard work, which has led up to this moment, and welcome you to the Orediggers community. I want to start off by saying you belong here, and you will find your place with time. Just 2 years ago, I was sitting in your seat. All I could think about was, what have I done? Why did I choose an engineering school when I did not identify with any of the stereotypes? I sat there terrified about how my ACT score was several points lower than the average, and then I started to tell myself there was no way I would make it to graduation. At that moment, I was setting myself up for failure before I even went to my first 8 a.m., and it wasn't because I signed up for that 8 a.m. Throughout my first semester at Mines, I let my fear of failure get in the way of my success. For fear of being overwhelmed, the only organizations I joined were my sorority and Minds Without Borders, when in reality, I wanted to join so many more. As my time continued at Mines, I went on to join the Panhellenic Council, peer mentors, and USG as a class representative. I had finally gotten more involved on campus, but I still felt a little unsettled. The classes were hard, and I was struggling to keep up with my grades. Although I was studying harder than ever before, I often wondered, would I succeed at Mines? By December of my sophomore year, I had dropped 2 classes and failed one. I continued to question if I would ever make it to graduation, and I even considered transferring to another school. But here I am. I made it through my sophomore year. I even got my highest GPA at Mines this past spring while being more involved than ever before. I was scared of failing and also scared of admitting defeat, but this community helped me through it. So right now, I want to thank this amazing, one-of-a-kind Orediggers community, as well as my friends, sisters, peer mentors, and parents. They're the reason I'm standing here today. I'm so thankful for those who helped me when I needed them and helped me believe in myself again. I'm now confident that I will graduate, whether it takes 4, 5, or 10 years, although I really hope it doesn't take 10, but 5 doesn't sound so bad at the moment. I'm here telling everyone about one of my biggest failures to try and break the negative connotation around it. It's okay to not succeed at everything the first time, and it's okay to be open with your peers about it. You will need your friends' advice and support to get you through. We all have experienced failures. For some, it might be a physics exam. For others, it could be doing your own laundry. When this is happening, do not fear failure. Fear regret. Do not be ashamed of failure. Fear lost opportunity. I challenge each of you to expand at Mines. Expand beyond academics and join at least one organization. I mean, you actually have to go to their meetings, even the ones without free food. And of course, what would this speech be if I did not shamelessly plug that USG will be holding elections for first years soon? Now you know one opportunity out of hundreds offered from organizations at Mines. Join me and immerse yourself in the Oredigger community, because succeeding is a lot easier and a lot more fun with friends. Do not succumb to the engineer stereotype. Be the leader, be the athlete, be the artist, or be the adventurer. Find your passion outside of the classroom and get involved. You, the incoming class, have the power to make this community stronger and more diverse than ever before. Mines is going to challenge you at some point. Find your path to success. There is something for everyone here. Don't be afraid to take advantage of all the Mines community has to offer or to ask for help. When you see me around campus, I hope you remember my story and where I am now. I encourage you to come talk to me about it or anything. Remember, you are not alone. Remember not to fear failure. Each of you are now a part of this special community, and with your peers by your side, I am confident that you too will thrive at Mines. Now, please welcome Elizabeth to the podium.
Hello, class of 2023. My name is Elizabeth Chengrian. I'm a senior in chemical engineering, and I am the current president of Blue Key Honor Society. Blue Key is a national honor society that focuses on spirit and service in the mines and golden communities. Formerly known as the Vigilantes, Blue Key is the keeper of mines traditions and our beloved mascot, Blaster the Burro. You'll see us on campus running Blaster at football games, the beloved ore cart pull, and at other campus events such as the barbecue after Convocation today. Blue Key has also been tasked with taking care of the M since it was created over 110 years ago. Bright and early tomorrow morning, the rest of Blue Key and myself will be leading you up to the M. Bring your rock, enthusiasm, and school spirit. You might need it. If there was one thing I wish I knew when I was in your seat 4 years ago, it would be that your next 4 years, or maybe 5, but hopefully 4, really does go faster than you think. You've walked into a very special place today, as we've heard from all of our other speakers. Today, you're surrounded by strangers, but soon they'll become your best friends, late-night study partners, and adventure buddies. Mines will challenge you, as you've heard, much more than academically. But what you'll come to find out is the people that you surround yourself with are the people who will get you through and who will also celebrate you with your successes with you. I can assure you that everything you've heard about Mines is true. It's an excellent school that creates great young professionals through a very rigorous curriculum. And my advice to you to get through Mines is to work hard in all that you do, but most importantly, be sure that you buy into the community here, because before you'll know it, you'll be standing in my shoes. So go tubing down Clear Creek, hike up South Table in the dark, join a few clubs and organizations, and definitely enter the cardboard boat race, even if it's snowing, because you'll definitely remember it. The community here at Mines is unlike any other that you've experienced, so take advantage of all that it has to offer, but make sure that you add a little bit to it as well, leaving it a little better than you found it. Class of 2023, I challenge you to take on the next 4 years with a positive attitude, because I can promise you it makes all the difference. And if you see any of us on campus, be sure to say hello and ask us advice or just for a fun joke. I only have about 1 or 2, but that's okay. Once again, I would like to say welcome to Mines, and I can't wait to meet you all tomorrow bright and early at the M Climb. Thank you. Thank you, and please welcome Sydney and Jason to the podium.
Hello, Orediggers. I'm Jason Zobot, and I'm the captain of the soccer team.
And I'm Sydney Marchando, and I'm a captain on the softball team. And here at Mines, we really like our numbers, so I'll start with a few of those. 15% of students are Division II athletes, 15% are involved in club sports, and 35% are involved in intramurals. In fact, many of you in the audience right now, could all the student athletes out there stand up?
That's right. You'll see your incoming student athletes sitting next to you in class or out on the field playing your favorite sport. We're engineers and scientists, dedicated to be the best we can on the field and in the classroom. For a bunch of nerds, we have some pretty good teams. Last year, Mines won the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference All-Sports Cup as the top school in the conference for the 4th straight year. We won an all-time record 10 championships, and we finished 6th in the entire Mines athletic department in all of Division II across the nation. Our cross-country team finished number 2 in the nation for the men's team, and our women's team placed 5th at the national championships. Go out and follow our Mines Athletics on social media so you can keep up to date with all of our games and how we're doing.
We hope you'll come out to support our teams during your time here at Mines. All the sporting events are free for students and offer a great break from studying. It means a lot to our student athletes to be cheered on by their fellow Orediggers, plus all of the other teams that we play really don't like to lose to scientists and engineers. So, to really support our teams and show your school pride and spirit, you're gonna have to learn the fight song, and you'll get a lot of practice tomorrow at the M Climb, but we're gonna get started with that today.
Will everyone on stage please join us getting the fight song started? And President Johnson, will you help kick it off?
Hey, how about a big welcome for our band? You're also going to see them at all of the sporting events, and they're a lot of fun. So particularly at homecoming, you're going to get to see them do the world-famous splitting the atom. So got to show up at least for that. A couple announcements before we do the fight song. So this is the big wrap-up to this event, and I got to let you know about a few things because I always forget something. So, number one, when we're done in here, we have a big tent set up down at the Commons. Got food out there for you. I've got a nice barbecue. All of us head down in that direction, and I hope to see you down there. Introduce yourself to a member of the faculty or staff. Get to know some of the students who are up here. It'll be a good time. There's going to be a celebrity there. Really? So at camp, somebody asked me, I think it was 2 days ago, how do you get to know, or how do you get involved or get to meet Blaster? Anybody want to admit to being that right? Yep, yeah, absolutely. Stand up. Yep. So, I remember that on my up here. So you've learned today already. You know your contact for Blue Key. Got that figured out. And you're going to have the opportunity to have your first picture with the real live Blaster after the ceremony. Don't hyperventilate. But I've seen students actually get so worked up about their first picture of Blaster. But anyway, Blaster's out there waiting for us. So, right? Better be. I was told he was. So he's going to be there. Blue Key's in charge. So hopefully he's out there because I just built this up, so he will be there. Anyway, so hope that we see all of you out there. I want to also take the opportunity to thank everybody who helped today with this convocation ceremony. Both our faculty, our trustees, and of course, you got to meet some of our amazing students, and they really are amazing. So please, let's give them a hand again. The other thing I have to mention is I have to explain what this contraption is right here. So how many of you like to make things like 3D printing and all that kind of stuff? I better look at that. A couple hands went up. Surprising. Anyway, so at Mines we have the Mines Maker Society. We've got the Blaster Factory. We got all this stuff. And so a group of students who were graduating last spring decided that one of the things we needed to do is at the end of each ceremony, we like to have blasters on the stage, but we should project them out into the audience. And we could just like pick them up and throw them, but that's not good enough for a Mines student. So I thought, well, is it going to be a trebuchet, or because they're big into those at E-Day's time, or how are they going to launch these things? And they came up with the Blaster. And so they said, okay, well, if we make this Blaster, will you use it at Convocation? and commencement going forward. And we said absolutely. So the blaster's here today. So when the fight song ends, it will launch blaster somewhere out there, okay? Not the real blaster, just the stuffed blaster, okay? So, it's leaking pressure, might we get to the first row? Okay, anyway, so that's part of what's going on here as well, all right? So, I think I've covered everything I have to do. Now, the other thing, need to explain, where are my Orediggers camp students? Would any of you like to help us with the fight song? Okay, so if you'd like to help us with the fight song, why don't you come on and sort of like this open space around here. Come on down. All right. Well, I thought it was going to be about 20, but I guess I underestimated. Okay, let's see. The other thing so for those of you who haven't figured it out yet, if you don't know the fight song, it's on the back of the shirt of the person in front of you. Okay? So everybody except for the front row, you're set. At camp, you got used to it and everything. Now, everybody knows that the beginning of the song starts with a big, oh, right? Okay, all right. So we don't usually practice so we're in sync with the band all the time. So the way this one works is you got to hold that O for a long time. The band's got some stick stuff they have to do while we're doing the O, right? Do that stuff, band. That kind of the drum sort of stuff you do at the beginning, so they know what it's like, sounds like. Yeah, that stuff. Okay. So, okay, got it. Now, that's all the stuff that has to happen while we're doing the O. And when they get done with that part, then you start the whole words thing. We okay? And then at the end of that, we're going to the barbecue, we're taking pictures with Blaster, we're meeting each other. Parents, you're hugging your kids, and then they're going to go to sleep so they get up early. Okay? And do the M climb. Are we ready? 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 Whoa!